Welcome to X to Interact.
Welcome to a very special episode 51 of X to Interact because we're celebrating the 1 year anniversary of the debut of X to Interact. I'm your host, Gaff, and today with me is the usual crew, Steven and Sam, minus Eric, unfortunately. He is somewhere in New York doing some more important things, but he is with us in spirit. We all wish he could be with us today. I'm talking as if he's dead. He's not dead. He's fine.
Eric 2 lost to New York.
But we won't make it do with us three. So, before we get to the fun stuff, gotta say everything that needs to be said. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at XTinteract. Follow our podcast feed on all the appropriate podcast services where we upload a new episode every Tuesday, minus last week and a couple other weeks, but whatever. Follow us on TikTok where we're trying to upload our YouTube shorts too. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can catch our recorded podcast every Tuesday. Now, with all that said and done, I can give a little tease on what's coming up ahead for our special episode. Now, to celebrate our 1 year anniversary, I had to think on what was the best way to do it. We could go for a real throwback and do Game Pass or Play, but personally, I barely had any time to play any video games to begin with, and I doubt any of you guys would want to do the same. So instead, I thought I'd lead us on a nice casual chat to pat ourselves on the back for making it this far. So, nothing huge, nothing incredibly structured today. Just a nice retrospective and a little look ahead at the future. But first, let's do some crossplay. So, who wants to start telling us what you've been playing this past week?
I'll start. I finished Tunic, so this is because we did not have an episode last week. So yeah, that game's wild. I like it. It's not as good as Death's Door, I don't think. I don't think the combat wasn't as tight for me as Death's Door. I think the world design or like the level design was better than Death's Door overall. There were just like several moments throughout where I was just like, holy shit, I'm back here. Oh my gosh, this path was hidden here the entire time. If I would have found that earlier, like it would have made it so much easier. But they hide it so well with like the geometry of the levels. It's really cool. The final boss was fucking hard as shit. It was really hard. And then after you fight, spoilers for Tunic, but after you fight the final boss, you actually get you get credits, but it's like the bad ending.
Oh.
So then to get the good ending, you have to collect all the pages of the like in-game manual that you collect throughout. And then you have to use that to solve this. Some of the puzzles at the end of this game are just like wild. Like, I don't know if either of you played The Witness?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Okay. So it's a lot like that. Like the environmental puzzles that, especially the ones that you need to get like the true ending, reminded me of The Witness. I didn't play much of The Witness because my little brain couldn't handle it. So the ones in this are, I think, a little bit more
less obtuse,
guided, and like they're pretty fucking obtuse. But like the in-game manual pretty much tells you all you need to know. It just takes a lot of figuring out. And I actually, I was like figuring this last puzzle out, and I like couldn't figure out this one part of it. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm looking this specific part up. And I looked it up. It was a bug with the Game Pass version of the game. And that's why I couldn't figure out
Oh.
this piece of the puzzle. I was like, well, that makes fucking sense. So yeah, I had to do that. But yeah, what a game. And then I played some Minecraft with my friend, and don't need to talk about that. Just Minecraft. Uh, I played Kirby. Got
Nice.
that on release day. Played Kirby.
I saw that you unlocked fishing on Twitter.
I unlocked fishing. Let me tell you, any game that has a fishing mini game, automatic 8 out of 10 at least.
Yep, that is the same rule I've heard
Yep.
before.
I fucking love fishing. In mini games. The Kirby one's like really simple. It's just like a quick time event, but it's pretty cool. I got this big ass fish, and you're fishing this small ass, bigger than the pond I was fishing in. So, yeah, good times.
Wait, there's nothing else to say about Kirby?
I besides the fishing mini game, not really.
What? Okay.
No, I'm joking. No, I actually finished it last night.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, when I say finished, I got to the credits. There is like these after levels or whatever that you unlock once you get past the credits. There's an arena that there's still some fights to do in. I'm far from 100%. I don't know if I'll get back to it anytime soon, really, because I might play a little today, but we got Lego Star Wars, baby. We got Lego fucking Star Wars this week.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
beyond excited. So yeah, Kirby is a good time. I think it's an 8. It would be like an 8 out of 10. I don't know. I don't like to give things scores really, but
I mean, it's been
a good time.
Some good reviews from critics as well.
Yeah, it's a good time.
That's the critical response, but it feels like the actual people playing it like really adore this game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the controls fight you a lot. Like they really fight you.
Really?
Like the aiming is so bad. Like cuz you have like this like a couple of abilities you like have to aim. It's not just like a sword or something, you know. You have like a gun. There's like a dragon fire one. Like the aiming can really fight you. Like sometimes you just like turn around for no reason and it's just like what the fuck is happening right now? Can really fight you a lot. It's not like it's not like atrocious, but it's just something I noticed. But yeah, the level design's great. I wish that it didn't. I wish that like you didn't always just constantly were able to get the abilities. Because like
you get them by sucking up enemies, right?
But you can just start the level with an ability, which I feel like you should start the level with no ability.
Well, that's like half the fun of Kirby, right? Is going through the level and getting the things.
Yeah, I just wish it would. I just think like it's cool that you can like kind of mix and match like what you like, but I wish it like forced you into, which it does every now and then, like forces you into using a specific power, but for like a specific puzzle. But
they have difficulty modes then, or?
Yeah, there's like 2. There's wild mode and something else. I played on wild mode. That's like the hard. It's fucking easy as shit. It's not hard.
Do they need super wild mode or?
No, I can't. I think it's like spring. I don't know. It's something. But but they went hard with the final boss. Like holy shit! It just went. I wish Eric were here because it just went straight out JRPG. Like it was nonsense. The final boss was insane. And there were like I think I counted 4 separate times where I thought it was the final boss, and then the game just kept going, and I'm like, fuck. And one of them was like, there were like still 2 worlds after, like where I thought the first final boss was, and I was like, oh shit, there's more. So yeah, it was kind of crazy. Yeah, it's a good time. It's fun. I think if you like Mario Odyssey, you'll like this. It's not. It's much different than Mario Odyssey because it's not broken down. It's not like open world levels, you know. Still
Okay.
very much like linear. There's a couple like that's, but for the most part they're linear levels.
Mm,
It's Mario 3D World.
Yeah, sure. I've never played Mario 3D World, but
Really?
yeah,
Really?
it's Mario
Listen
3D World.
out.
oof.
I'm not a Nintendo person. I usually don't
Bowser's-
play these games very
just-
often.
Do it with Bowser's Fury. It's some good content, man.
Pink fucker attracted me. That's why I played this game. But yeah, good times all around, and fishing. It happened again. I started Skyrim again.
Mm.
I remember saying you're an addict 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I started
You denied
modding it. I modded the shit out of it. Like, this is the most I've modded it. I spent a few days modding it. And it's all working. So that's
Oh.
pretty cool.
Good.
I mean, you got a pretty beefy GPU though, so.
Well, yeah, but you can still like fuck up the load order and all that, and like,
Oh, that's true. It's
some mods are completely incompatible. So you got to read. You got to read a lot, more than I've read in years. And
Boy,
yeah,
don't I know. So finish that book.
dude. I'm on the third one now. Okay, I'm on the third one. That's all I'll say.
I got like 2 chapters in. No, I'm more than that, but yeah, I haven't read that in a while.
It's so much
One
fun.
day I will get back to Mistborn. But yeah, everything seems to be working. I've only crashed once. And then I hopped back in and was fine. So, you're when you mod Skyrim, you're gonna have crashes. Like, it's gonna happen. Even when you don't mod Skyrim, you're gonna have crashes. It's gonna happen. The 10-year-old game, you'd think they'd have that fucking figured out by now.
No.
But yeah, good times. It's pretty unrecognizable. I completely changed the UI. Got a lot of texture mods on there, some 4K texture mods. Ooh, it's looking nice and crisp. Looking nice and crisp.
Still play like Skyrim?
Yeah, it still plays like Skyrim. Like I do have one mod that makes it more like, because I wanted to play in third person so I can see my character.
Right.
So I do have one mod where it makes it more like action game, so you can like run around like in any direction, because like in walk like backwards, and your character would literally just walk backwards. But now you can like face. It's pretty cool. It makes it actually feel like a modernish game.
What build are you doing? Says OMJesus.
Oh, I am a like spell sword. So I have a sword in one hand, and I am using magic in the other. Once I get better at magic, I might move to both hands magic. We'll see what happens. But I do have one really cool mod that I do want to talk about. It's called Legacy of the Dragonborn, and it adds a museum that has like all these displays, and essentially, and you can do a with alternate start. You can do a relic hunter for this museum, and so essentially, it's just like collecting all the unique items in this museum. And it's really cool. You can create replicas, so you can display it while still using it if you want. And it's like, you can patch it with other mods to where it will add displays for other popular mods that add unique relics and shit. It's really fucking cool. But yeah, I have a lot of mods on there. It's gonna be a good ass time.
Nice.
That's all.
Awesome. Steven, why don't you tell us what you've been playing?
I have. I am now at 120 hours of Elden Ring. I'm level like 120, so probably lower than I should be, but I do a lot of exploring. I don't really farm that much, so I still haven't beaten the game proper. I'm still exploring around, doing like side quests and hidden things and getting all the weapons, because I really like collecting the weapons in this game as well as the armor. They're all pretty cool.
You're level 120, and that's not high enough.
Oh no.
That's like most video games are like, yo, 100. That's like the max shit.
What's the cap?
I'm not sure what the cap is off the top of my head. Yeah.
Crazy.
It goes pretty high, I'm pretty sure, and especially I think it keeps going after New Game Plus, so Jesus says it might be 802 like previous games.
Good grief.
Oh my god. You
Yeah.
need to play that. Holy shit.
A lot of time you can play into those games.
Yo,
and
what a
with different
random
builds,
ass number.
There's like 7 different endings, so
Eric said he finished Elden Ring and he's not even here.
I know.
I don't
right?
believe it.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Yeah,
He's just
we'd have to
saying
see.
things in chat.
It continues to stack on complexities for bosses and enemy encounters. Like some of the enemies now seem like mini bosses, so I mean, that's cool for the area I'm in. And then it's pretty much the same thing as all the other times. It continues to be awesome. I play with my brother a lot, and that ends with a lot of hilarity usually, because he gets very angry at the game with me. And, it's always great to watch tumbles off the cliffs, under elevators, instant deaths. And he's playing a magic build, so like if he takes one hit from pretty much any boss, he's dead. So, yeah. Why? Okay. Sorry. Next on the list, I have Dead Cells. They came out with a new update recently about a bank biome. Like, I think it's a free update, and it's really cool. Like, you're breaking into an area. It's kind of like a heist setup with the monsters and things like that. It's still the same core gameplay as like all the other Dead Cells stuff. I've put so much hours into that game, and I still haven't beaten it. I've gotten all the expansions and stuff. I don't know. It's probably my favorite. I don't know. I played a lot, so the mechanics are probably the tightest I've seen for any 2D platformer, aside from maybe like Mario, which is kind of the king usually for that stuff. So, yeah, I still kind of suck at the game, but whatever. I've gotten close to the boss maybe a couple times, but then I just started exploring and getting different abilities and things like that. Yeah, I would say if you're into Dead Cells and you haven't checked it out in a while, come back. There's done a lot of free content and a lot of like paid DLC that's definitely worth it. It's not super expensive, so
Wait, Steven, before you continue, is Sam frozen?
yeah, Sam is frozen. It's a good thing his was over, so
It's a very pensive pose.
Okay, he's joining back in.
Okay. You can continue talking about what you've been playing.
Sorry, Dead Cells again is one of those things I've spent a lot of time in. Continues to be awesome. Hello, Sam. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I didn't realize you were frozen. I just thought you were thinking real hard
Yeah,
about Dead Cells.
He's like, oh, maybe we should check this out. And I've got a backlog a mile long, but I keep playing the games that I have put way too many hours into at this point, and have beat neither of them. So, also, one last thing I did play was because it came to, I think, games with gold. Where was it?
No way.
Let's see. SpongeBob Truth or Square. Okay.
Sure.
No.
Sure, why not?
Now, this game is, let me tell you.
Dude, why are you playing? You should be playing SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom.
This game is terrible, let's just say it right away. THQ, when they had the licensed stuff, like, some of it was good, and most of it was bad, like this one. It's got, like, 3 different sound effects for SpongeBob, which is cool, and he keeps repeating the same line over and over and over again. And they don't have a lot of the like voice actor talent in there, so I don't know why I'm surprised, but that is a disappointment.
Do they have others voicing?
Yeah, so like similar, right? Like,
oh, that's weird.
Yeah, it's very uncanny.
Imitations.
Like, SpongeBob is pretty good, but like the Mr. Krabs is way off. You got Patrick, which is so close, but not quite there.
Money.
Yeah, and the mechanics are just like smash them up, like third-person action. Like you get power-ups that are kind of cool, but I mean, I don't know. Like you get weightlifting SpongeBob, and he goes around smashing things that can't be broken. So there's some kind of cool things there, but I didn't play enough to get any depth to any of the games. So if there is any, I had a few chuckles. I played about 2 hours worth and then turned it off. But that was a blast from 2009. THQ. Yeesh.
Man, THQ made some good ass SpongeBob games. That's all I'm saying.
And I think that's it for my playlist. I played a little bit of Crusader Kings 3, but not enough to like really go into depth on it. That game is political intrigue to the nth degree. So if you want like your own Game of Thrones setup where you're making nations and toppling other ones, there's some really deep mechanics in there that are super cool. So
awesome. I'll talk a little bit about what I've been playing because it's not much. Oh, but wait, I'm getting a special report from a foreign signal. Steven, can you check that out as I talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay, I'll just keep talking until
weird. I have no idea what's going on.
Until Steven can fully investigate this alien source. So I've been I've really been playing.
It's coming in right now. I think they're taking over their stream.
What's up?
Okay, fine. Just go play.
Happy
oh man, I guess we don't get to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Audio, but I'm making a video on answering a couple questions and just wishing you guys a happy 1-year anniversary.
God,
he didn't ask me to wish you a happy 1-year anniversary. I am wishing you a happy 1-year anniversary. So, congratulations. Thank you for having me on. I think the couple times that I've been on. But to answer a couple questions that Gaff posed to me, what have I been playing recently? Been bashing my head against the wall playing some Elden Ring. I've been playing a little bit of Tunic, and then I've gotten re-addicted to Rainbow Six Siege, which is a lot of fun. It is, especially when you have a 5-stack of friends, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's what I've been playing recently. I really haven't been able to do too much gaming. It's been busy this year so far, and it's only going to get busier as the year goes by. But it is what it is. How do I feel about the death of E3? It's sad. It's something that I look forward to every single year. I actually was able to sneak in with a buddy. That's a long story. I was able to sneak in to E3 2014. Which is a fun story. It's a good time, and sad that it's dead this year. Hopefully it's not dead forever, but I mean, from what people are saying and how people are reacting, it's just sad. It is what it is, but hopefully we get something in its stead, in its wake, that, you know, replaces it and comes out better on the other side. And then best thing that's happened to me in the past year is definitely being engaged. I proposed to my girlfriend last September, and we get married in December, and I'm very looking forward to that. So that's probably the best thing that's happened to me all year. But again, congratulations, you guys. 1 year, you did it. Here's to many more. Until next time, Spark Triumph. Bye.
Oh, it looks like I got back control, Gaff.
Oh, thank goodness.
I know.
Okay, so I gave Frank a handful of questions to answer, and I don't think we're gonna do the E3 one, so that's whatever. But I contacted him beforehand, and he couldn't make it here live, unfortunately. So I had him prepare this video. So this is just is a neat little surprise for to celebrate our 1 year anniversary. He was also our first guest, I believe, right? Am I correct?
I believe so, yes.
Think so?
No. It was Liv. It was Liv and
Oh, it
Fruit.
was Living Free?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The combo.
But yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to have him chime in.
Oh, that was nice to hear from him. That was very nice of you.
Well, I can just quickly skim over what I've been playing. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a new season and new packs, new cards. I can't wait. Yeah, whatever. But thank you, Frankfurter, because that will transition into our main topic. And our main topic is just this little slew of questions that I prepared to facilitate some conversation. So, Frankfurter, the best thing that's happened to him this past year was getting engaged, and he will be married in December. That's very awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations to you. Now, I will ask you two the very same question. What's the best thing that's happened to you this past year? It doesn't have to be game related, just life overall. Why don't you share? For me, I'll start off. For me personally, the past year, like since March 2021, hasn't been too eventful. I did my 2 co-ops for school, so I had 2 different jobs between like May to September, and no, May to December, and those were all very fun, very good experiences, and put some money in my pocket to help fend off debt because of school.
Yep.
Oh, I know what I can say. The most memorable thing I did this past year was going to Algonquin Park. Sam, do you know what Algonquin Park is?
Never heard of it.
Okay. It's this giant like national park, very famous in Canada, or at least in Ontario. And I did portaging. I did an overnight portaging trip for 2 nights and 3 days. Yeah, very hard. Lots of canoeing, lots of walking across bumpy terrain, but it was very beautiful. But it also rained, and I went with my girlfriend and our cousins, and some of them are very outdoorsy people, so they didn't mind the rain.
What the fuck is portaging?
Portaging is when you carry the canoe over your head because you have
Fucking
to carry
Canadians.
it from water from point to point.
Portaging. Come on, what portaging? You can make it sound fucking fancy, all right?
You can portage in the States too, I assure you.
I have never heard anybody pronounce it that way.
Okay, if you pronounce it portaging, then that's weird, bro.
No, that's normal. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm going having fucking canoe trip with the fucking queen, all right? It's hard work. It's not fancy.
Yeah, portaging doesn't really sound as good as portaging though, so I'll give it to him.
Whatever.
But yeah, that camping trip was probably the best thing that's happened in the past year, because I'm pretty sure our canoe almost flipped many times because of the rough waves.
It heard you calling it portaging and it wanted to flip you. That's what happened.
Yeah. Aside from that, I'm almost finished school. I guess that's pretty memorable.
Hey.
Enter a new phase of my life, a very scary phase of my life. But it's not here quite yet. Not yet.
All uphill from that point.
I'm sure. So which one of you wants to tell me what was the best thing that's happened to you this past year? A little positivity, guys. Come on.
Man, not what just happened.
Well, that's the thing, right? I would say meeting all the people. I've met a lot of new people. over the last year, and that's kind of been like the highlight of that. Just getting to know more and more people just by doing this and in my work as well. So it's nice to, I don't know, it's nice that despite like what was going on with the pandemic and things like that, that people still like to try and interact with other people. So I don't know, that's just kind of been the highlight, has been getting to, one, make this with you guys. That's been pretty awesome to do. So and then two, all the people that I've kind of met through that and through, like, I don't know, just watching streams and networking, and then just people outside of it that I've actually, like, friends and stuff, seeing the posts and things like that and be like, hey man, I see that you're doing this, that's really cool. So that has been pretty rewarding in itself. So other than that, I mean, like, nothing life changing necessarily has happened that's like momentous, but I would say that's probably the biggest highlight.
Yeah, meeting all these new people online is something I definitely didn't think I'd do.
Yeah.
I'm usually not a person to connect online.
Yeah, I agree.
That's awesome. So, Sam, what do you got in your pocket?
Steven, you took my answer, you thief.
I did the easy
You, you thievius raccoonus. If you ask me this question next year, my answer will be that Sly Cooper 5 was announced, but because that's gonna happen. But the best thing, again, the podcast I think is pretty big for me. You know, meeting people, starting a creative endeavor. Yeah, there's not much on like a personal level that I can really think of. Not, again, the pandemic has fulled anything. What?
You cut out there. What did you say?
Oh,
Pandemic has not.
the pandemic has really like stifled. You know, it's stopped a lot of things from happening.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's been a good time.
Still making pizzas.
Still making pizzas.
Living life.
Living the life.
I did lose like 25 pounds, so that's good.
Hey.
Oh.
That's
like intentionally, or just like
intentionally,
as a fact of life? Okay.
Intentionally. Just eating better, doing more healthy things, running, things like that. So that's, I don't know, that's definitely a lot less than what I said before, but it's a personal thing, so that's good.
So I'm happy. I'm happy you guys could share what's been going on, even if it feels like life has been stagnant over the past year. Wow, I really thought you guys would have something more profound to say, but I guess what can I expect?
It's profound.
You think something would happen over the
had,
past 365 days?
You would think that more would happen in a year. I mean, there's like small moments, right? It's nothing like I don't know. Like I said, meeting new people, not only through this, but like throughout like my life. This though has definitely spurred me to go and be creative again in other things, like my music and my art as well. So I can thank the podcast for that, for sure. And then this has made conversation, I suppose, a little easier. And I don't know, I guess on more of a socio-political level, I've gotten to know more people that are outside of my own. So it's been nice to get different viewpoints from everything, and kind of what the purpose of this was to interact with people, and just from all walks of life. Honestly, is kind of what my goal was for kind of starting this up too. So. I don't know.
Wait. This just in. Getting another signal. But Steven, they're having trouble establishing contact with the I guess the locked voice channel. Is it possible for you to let the signal in? The signal is coded OM Jesus.
Problems with the locked voice channel.
Yeah, let's. Oh no, what are we gonna do here?
I keep fucking dropping in and out.
Oh gosh, maybe.
Is it possible to bring the man in? Like,
I believe
invite him
so. Yeah. I just have to move him over here. You guys,
I want this to be as seamless as possible, but
it's definitely seamless.
Discord has defeated me.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's gonna be seamless when you bring Discord into it.
Oh no, definitely not. So what have you been doing over the 2-week break outside of games?
I wrote an exam on Thursday. It was probably my hardest one. The hardest one out of the 4 I'm gonna have. It was kind of whack because our midterm was 2 weeks prior. Our only assignment was due 2 weeks before that, and this was all in March. So the entirety of our grade this course has just been determined over this past month. We didn't like that.
I have sent an invite out to one undecodable message, so hopefully you should be able to join. I've actually written some music. That
Nice.
is probably here. Let me see if I can move him over. Dude, he keeps going into the. If you just go into hanging out, and then I can move you over. Just stay in there real quick. Yeah, I think, like I said, it's been definitely a positive to have this and kind of motivate me more to do other creative endeavors. And on that note, someone who's also into music, looks like it might be.
Aliens!
Oh god!
Whoa! Zzz, zzz, zzz. Am I coming through? Zzz, 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 zzz.
Oh,
Yeah, you're here
god.
finally.
God.
Did you guys did I shock you?
A little bit shocking. Hey, man.
I did not see this coming. Oh no.
God.
What's up, guys? How we doing today? Happy anniversary to your podcast here.
Thank you,
I'm
Jake.
listening to you guys talk about video games. It's great. Yes, Elden Ring has 802 levels probably, but you don't need that many. You don't need to go all that way. You know what I mean? You could beat it like maybe twice, get to like a level 300. You know, then you could call it quits.
Have you beaten it yet?
No, I just hit level 112, but it's because like I explore every corner, every crevasse, every cave. You know what I mean? I found a cave in a place yesterday that was like, there's a cave here? It was just a tiny little corner with a big plant. Fucking whole dungeon underneath. Crazy times. Great game.
You guys, while you guys are fucking spending 1,000 hours in Elden Ring, I'm over here beating games, all right? Beating Kirby,
yeah.
beating Tunic.
Like Skyrim?
Hey, have you talked about your Lego 100% and stuff on this show lately?
Yeah,
Not today, and last week we didn't have an episode, so it's been a while. But I also haven't streamed this week, so
yeah. But I'm just impressed.
Tomorrow.
He's over there 100%ing Lego games in anticipation for the new Lego Star Wars. So you got to give him some credit for that. But hey guys, how's it going? Are we having a fun podcast here?
Oh, just a little.
Yeah, we're having a grand old time.
time.
So, Jacob, I wanted to bring you here because you are another one of our guests on this podcast, and we seem to click pretty well. We communicate often, and yeah, we love having you here. So
Sure.
I thought I'd bring you back for this special episode, and I wanted to ask you this question that we just went through asking. What was the best thing that's happened to you within this past year?
I'd have to say it probably is like isolation ending, because like during the pandemic, lost my job and I was just in my house for like a year. And then basically I had to get a job. So I got a job, got me out of the house, and
Nice.
just sort of like, the pandemic on the downswing. That's probably the best thing that's happening right now. Is things are just starting to feel normal. But that also, has led me to my job that I'm at now, and I just got a promotion.
Woo!
And
That's
Heck yeah.
awesome, man. Congrats.
pretty happy about it. So things are good with work and life right now, I feel like.
So
If I-
did your podcast arise before pandemic or because during it? I forget.
So for Odd Valley, we've been podcasting for like 3 years now.
Okay.
Started as a single, as like a different show, as like sort of a test. We did like 60 something episodes, and now we're on this show, and like we don't have like a huge fan base or anything, but like I would say that in this past year we've put more time and effort into our Twitch streams, and we get kind of like a regular amount of people watching the show, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I just wanted to say to you guys, like, I appreciate you having me on. Just bullshit about video games. I love doing it, and I have no one really to talk to about it. So
No problem, man. We like having you on.
Oh yeah, anytime.
yeah. So I appreciate it. It's been fun the few times I've been on, especially talking about Halo. But that was a great time.
That was.
I need someone to talk about it with because
Yeah,
Salem
that game-
hates it.
That game's dead, bro. I heard that
Right
game
now it
like
is, yeah.
I heard that game died.
Well, I'm huffing
There-
copium for season 2.
Right.
Born 2020, died 2020. Or 2021 died.
Oh,
R.I.P.
hey, Gaff, did you
Too
hear
young.
about that? Did you read that post for the season 2 and like the feedback stuff?
Yeah, they say they've read all the feedback and
Mhm.
can't wait to show us about season 2.
Oh,
So I'll believe it when I
yeah.
see it.
Season
Well,
2 could be like Halo, like the next time people try it for like a month. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it'll just be like every big season launch, they'll have more people come back and then fall off like within a couple months. Watch.
They just
Unless they have some systemic improvements to Halo Infinite's how it works, how it monetizes, how it hands out cosmetics. I feel like it's just gonna be the same thing over again.
yeah.
Yeah, and then like when co-op comes out in Forge, then like that game will have a new life again. But it's not a constant hit. Like people are still playing Apex. People are still playing Fortnite every fucking day. Halo is not getting that really.
I heard
feel like.
Wait,
I heard
if
Fortnite died. They took
Hey.
away the building and everybody was like, "Fuck this shit, it sucks."
Yeah, that's
Sounds
exactly
like
what
more
happened.
people are playing it.
They got
I don't
me
know.
to play it again, so
My the owner of the restaurant I work at, his wife always like, or his fiance always brings her kid in, and he's always like playing Fortnite on his Switch. I kind of, next time I see him, I kind of want to ask him what he thinks about the no build mode.
I don't
You
like it.
should.
I can't build a hotel to get away
He's
from
probably
someone.
pissed about it. He's like 7 years old.
Dude, ask if you can record them on your phone and then play the clip on the podcast.
Dude, that would be great. That would be sick.
No.
Hey,
Okay, but
Hey. I was gonna say, hey Billy, how do you feel about the removal of an integral mechanic in Fortnite?
Like,
what?
Took
He-
away my
Billy.
building.
what does integral mean?
That's what he would ask.
Yeah. And that's where you say it's the opposite of a derivative. But anyway,
Oh, gaff.
math jokes.
I will have to say, what's the best gaming thing that's happened to me in the past year? Elden Ring.
Sounds
Big
like
time.
it. Yeah.
Big time.
This is
Have
definitely,
you guys tried Weird West? I wanted to ask you guys that.
Nope.
No, I
Nice.
have not yet. I'm curious. It's from Arcane, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't really know.
Devolver.
Devolver. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure like what of
Does
the
it have,
Devolver
like-
devs it is,
Yeah.
but so I tried it. I feel kind of mixed on it. I'm sure that it gets more interesting later, like to show like what is gonna set it apart from what it feels like at first. So you might have to get like a few hours in for it to be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just recommend, maybe you guys try it out at some point and then you can talk about it or something.
I mean, it looks interesting. Like,
Mhm.
it's like the isometric kind of view of play.
Yeah.
Does it play
But it pl-
turn-based or what?
No, it just plays very much like a PC game.
Okay.
So that's really all I want to say, and I'd rather you guys just try it out.
Wolf Eye
And that's just a
Studios.
tease. That's just a
Whoa.
tease for future content.
Yeah, like Wolf Eye Studios, if you were interested.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No, it says
Okay.
Immersive sim from the co-creators of Dishonored and Prey. That's why I thought Arcane. So
Mm.
Oh. Okay.
sorry, go ahead, Geoff.
So we could be potentially getting another signal. And Steve, I wanted to ask you, can this setup handle the bandwidth, or should we say farewell to our current?
I think
our current
we
guest?
should. I think we should swap them out so there's a little less line
Guys,
of
I'm
questioning.
losing your stick.
Oh God,
But
Jacob,
no,
bye,
Jacob!
Jacob. No, God, I couldn't save him, guys. But we do have.
Jacob.
We lost him.
Oh my God! But it looks like. Oh gosh, we might have another
We're
one.
getting another one. Fuck.
Oh my God. More.
Hey,
Hey.
more aliens.
Hi.
Liv, welcome back.
Yes. Hello. Thank you for having me.
Wait. Oh, sorry. I should have mentioned. Steven, can our bandwidth handle another video?
Another video? Maybe. I can have her on there besides Sam. Besides
fine.
me.
I can turn my camera off. I didn't know.
Okay,
I should have mentioned earlier.
Our bandwidth.
But yeah, I mean, I could do a 4-person overlay, but we'll work with it. If you want to
Do
turn
you
off
want
your
me to turn my
mic.
camera?
Yeah, if you can. Well,
Got you.
it was nice to
Sorry,
see your
thank
face,
you.
though, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
been a
Thank
while.
you.
So Liv, I've been doing a bit where I've been having our past guests come in as a surprise. I guess really only to Sam, because I kind of warned Steven about this beforehand.
This is bullshit.
What, you don't like surprises?
Guys, my internet shit, so everybody's cutting in and out. This is awful.
So Liv, you and Frui, I just was reminded that you two were our very first collaboration, I guess, between our podcast and another podcast. So I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity way back, and it's very nice to have you back here for a quick chat.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, thank you. And you guys were ours too, so what a coincidence, right?
So I do have a question for you, which I told you about beforehand. But I guess I can quickly ask you what kind of games you've been playing that you want to talk about.
I recently beat Returnal for the 3rd time, but this time in co-op with my girlfriend.
Nice.
So we've been doing the PS5 game sharing. So she buys all of her games on disc, so I give her all my games. So she's been playing by herself, and she found it frustrating. So she wanted to get a feel for it. So she joined my world and had all the upgrades. So we did that the other day. But I was like, if you want to know the story, which is pretty confusing, you still got to play on your own. I rolled credits on Horizon 2 days ago. 72 hours. Most of it's photo mode. And no, it really is. It really is. I would say it's not normal for someone to spend 72 hours in that game. But I still have 1 trophy left to get, so I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I'm just playing Tiny Tina Wonderlands.
How is that?
How's that?
Did you play the Borderlands 2 DLC for Assault on Dragon Keep?
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes that D&D feel, but takes it to the next level. So you have full customization over your entire character. You can make them look like an elf, a dwarf. Then you have backstories that impact your initial stats. And it has a character sheet for D&D.
Ooh.
So if you like D&D, I feel like this is a fun take on it. Obviously, Tiny Tina is hilarious, and it's very breaks the fourth wall. She knows she's a DM. So if someone in the game complains about something, she'll go, fine, okay, and change the whole landscape in a second. But it's really fun. And yeah, if you like D&D and you liked that specific DLC, it takes it and turns it into a full game, and it makes it a lot better. I really like it.
It's gotten a lot of positive fan reception. I've seen, like, it's gotten better launch than Borderlands 3 for sure. Because I hang out on the Borderlands 3 Reddit, and they're like, man, imagine if Borderlands 3 had launched like this, and I don't know. It just feels like it has a better overall reception than that.
Is Wonderland better than Borderlands, or is it just more the same, but just a different skin? You think?
Someone gifted me Borderlands 2, so that's the only Borderlands I've played fully. Okay. And then I tried to start from the beginning, but getting people to organize to like play a game that's older is kind of hard, so I haven't finished that. So Borderlands 2 is the only game that I've played in the series fully, but I really like that DLC. Tiny Tina's probably one of my favorite characters, so the fact that she gets her own game is fun. But I've been looking to play D&D, so when that game came out last year, Dark Alliance, Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, that was crap. Yeah. And I've been looking for a D&D-like game. So it's scratching the itch for sure.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear like that it's seems to be more of that, but like they actually lean into the craziness and because it's Tiny Tina, so I'm happy about that.
Okay, so Liv, let's move on to your designated question. And so I want to ask you, and then eventually Steven and Sam, what's your most favorite and least favorite thing about podcasting?
Oh, God.
Okay, so my favorite thing is it's less stress than streaming. So how our podcast started, I met Frui through Twitch, being a part of a Discord, trying to learn how to stream. And it's just, with working full time, it's just hard to like want to stream at 8 o'clock at night after work, then after talking to my girlfriend who's in a different time zone. So by then it's just like 8 o'clock and I just kind of want to have me time. So in the past few months, I've kind of stopped streaming, but I still like making content. So we've recently changed Between Two Gamers a little bit because now we have 2 shows. We're doing Wednesday and Friday, and we broke up the news and rumors section from our main show. So I feel like we're putting out more content, and that's kind of filling that void that I had from streaming. My least favorite part is sometimes I need to figure out what we're going to talk about, because I am the narrative lead. I'm the narrative lead on our show. Free does all the technical stuff because I'm just not capable. Fully appreciate him. He's my bestie. And that's why he's not here right now. He can't join us because he's editing and then he has to go play football. Yeah. So, yeah.
That was an excuse last time from way back. He had to go play football.
Yeah, because that's what he does though, because during the week I get off work at 10 p.m. British people time. So we record Sunday and he's got 2 hours allotted for recording and editing, and then I'll be like, all right, see you Sunday. So it's our scheduling's a little tough, but we found out I just need to wake up in the morning on Sunday. So coming up with things to talk about is kind of hard, but I like it. I like telling stories. I think that what makes Between Two Gamers unique is we don't always just cover the news. We made that a separate thing, and I try to make, like, sometimes I make up full games and for an episode.
when I listen to your guys' podcast, that's like probably my favorite part, is the more like out of their topics, or the ones that really get either of you going on a tangent, which is it's just fun to listen to, honestly. So
thank you. We had an apocalypse draft where we made a list of people from zombie apocalypse games, and we drafted them for our teams and debated whether or not whose team would take over. We did top 10 worst video games ever, which was a clash. That's probably the most heated I ever got on a podcast ever. But thank you. So, I mean, it has its challenges with scheduling and sometimes coming up with stuff, but I like to think I'm a creative person, so I would say I like it. There's so many more benefits, and I found it really fun. So, yeah, I would say it's more positive than not, because here we are, right?
Yeah, I totally relate with figuring out things to talk about. It's a challenge every week, especially when game news is pretty slow.
Yep.
So really got to put the thinker to work. And another one thing I'll say is that scheduling is hard. Even though we do have a set time slot, Sunday morning every week. But with me, with school like ramping up in like March and April, it's been harder and harder to balance this and like doing like my assignments and studying.
Well, and then like
still,
relaxation time, plays into it, right? Like sometimes you just don't have that energy or the level of get together in your head to be podcasting. Yeah,
talking's hard.
So yeah. So I get it.
Yeah, that's for sure why I've kind of moved away from Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
Promotion is another thing I would say. I'm just going to throw out there that it does seem to be ever elusive, and I think that's like you can get lost in that pretty easily and lose sight of like why you do it too. So it's easy to get lost in those numbers and try to do things like that, but as long as you're continuing to have fun with it, like I still do it because I enjoy every week like hanging out with 3 other people, and if no one watches, so what? Like we have a good time talking about like games, and now we get to know people like you and Frui and all the other people we've just kind of met like throughout then, and we just hang out. And so for me, the tough part is not getting lost in like the weeds of like the nitty-gritty details of it.
And piggybacking a little bit off that, like, yeah, because of the fact that we're small as hell, we can try anything we want. We're not beholden to any like set format. So like I enjoyed making like a few shorts these past few months. Yeah. They're fun, they're wacky, and they're very spur of the moment. And like the Activision one, for one, like that did like pretty well. Well, way more than I expected. So that was like a very like satisfying thing. So yeah, I like this creative freedom that we have. We can make anything we want. Sam, what are your gripes and likes?
Well, I'll tell you my gripe right now. Discord is messing me up. I'm barely here, to be honest. Like I'm hearing you guys, like I'll hear a sentence, then you'll like cut off, and then you'll be on a complete other sentence. So yeah,
you gotta get that Wi-Fi fixed.
Right? Discord's I'm plugged in. I don't know what's going on. Discord's really shit in the bed right now. It says voice connected, or it says video connected. 3 green bars. Generally, that's a good thing. Not a good thing right now, though. By my likes, I like being creative. I like talking. And this has helped me be creative because I have a hard time like sharing my creativity a lot of times. So this has helped that. Yeah.
technical issues are still something.
Hopefully you can hear me.
that happen occasionally, and it's just funny. Like the first time we had the first guest we had live in free, and like both the video setup wouldn't work, and my microphone that I use on the regular broke as well. And then we tried to split up the episode, and it was chaos. And it's much better now, despite Sam having shit the bed on Discord. But so it's nice to see that kind of progress too. So
yeah, isn't it like kind of nice to look back like where you were a year ago and to see like how much has changed?
Yeah, 100%. Like we definitely have things more together. I think we're with a format that we're starting to dig a little more. Like we moved.
Yeah, like you, we also kind of put less emphasis on the news too.
I just think it just makes the conversations less stale, to be honest. Like it's good to be inspired by the news, in my opinion, but we can do news and like shorts and other things outside of like a one-on-one conversation.
We also had a different logo back then. A whole different color scheme. Now we're dark blue.
No podcast page before. We all have better setups, I'm pretty sure. So at least in some form or another. It's nice that like I want to do that, and I'll like, I don't know, I'll make sure that I'm nitpicky with the audio and things like that, and so I've gotten better at like editing and making the videos. I really like to make the ones that make fun of one of us as a thing, because those are just funny to me. But the changes in there have been pretty stark, I think. So.
And what are you chuckling about?
No, Steven just said he likes when we make fun of each other, and
yeah.
I made a video that may or may not release at some point, you know, that I poke fun at Steven for a second in it, so it's a good time.
Okay.
He got his recompense for earlier ones, so I'm fine with it.
Okay, so Liv, I know you got things going on, things you want to do, so you're free to drop out at this point. Thank you for donating your time to us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me on again. We got to do like another full episode together, because that was fun.
Yeah,
I agree. Thank you very much.
Happy anniversary, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
That was nice.
Yeah, haven't spoken to her since like I guess the last time we did the episode.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Another trip down memory lane.
I swear to God, if there's any more fucking signals here, I'm gonna be.
Oh no, we're getting. No, I was gonna make a joke, but I probably shouldn't.
That's funny.
I can't think of anybody else that we'd have on. So
I think I'm gonna read this from Eric here. I think I want to touch back on some moments. I don't know. I was just reminded of in chat here that Eric was saying is one we had recently is get interacted with, that he ended the episode. This one was a more recent one. I can't emphasize how like both weird and hilarious that was at the time. If you haven't watched that episode, at least watch the ending of it. I think it was 2 episodes ago. Episode 49, if I'm right. Eric was hosting, and he's like, I don't know, get interacted with. You just one of those things where you don't know how to get to the next topic, so you want to fill it with whatever you can in your head. So I think that's happened more than a couple times. Or if I'm trying to make like a transition to another topic, and then what'll happen is it's usually Eric, I think, is like, I've also got this to say on top of what I was saying. And I'm like, like, okay. And then I've got it to one time where it was 3 different attempts at a transition. And he had like something else to say, which was awesome to hear, but it was like, dang it, I got shut down again on my transition. So it happens more often than I'd like to admit, but yeah. I don't know. Talking over people is another tough thing, right? Especially with the nature of Discord and like latency and things like that.
Yeah, we're pretty good about it. I feel not talking over each other.
We've gotten better for sure.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay. All right. I promise, Sam, we're gonna patch up the firewall after this, but we gotta deal with this. Next,
there seems to be another signal coming in.
Beep boop.
God, here. I think. Oh no!
What do we have here?
Oh man, you gotta remind me to patch that hole up there, Gaff.
All right, we'll get in the next update.
All right,
but
cool.
for now, we gotta deal with Gamer Guy Grover, otherwise known as Matt Grover. Who?
What's up, guys?
Hey.
We're celebrating our 1 year. Celebrating 1 year, and we're doing that. Well, I'm doing that by bringing in all our previous guests over the past year, all the people that we've connected to, we've accumulated, and I think you were like the most recent one out of all the people we've had so far. So yeah, it's very nice to hear from you again, my fellow Canadian.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Actually, I am in Oklahoma in the United States. So sorry to disappoint you on that one. But yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to be here, guys. A happy 1 year anniversary to you guys.
Thank you.
Well, did you think he was Canadian?
Wait, wasn't he?
I'm just very polite, and
we had
Canadian.
someone.
Yeah, I know.
We had someone on that was Canadian.
I don't remember who. Did we?
Now,
I don't know, man.
I know a
think you're
couple
making shit
Mats who are Canadian, so that might be part of it. But I doubt we know. I don't know. Maybe we know the same people.
Then if I'm missing someone, then I do feel bad. But otherwise, so before I get to the question that I have prepared for you, Matt, why don't you just tell us what kind of game you've been playing that you want to talk about?
So the most recent game I beat was the only thing that's coming to mind is Cyberpunk, and I know I've beaten a game since then. But I'm going to say Cyberpunk because I spent the most time in that one. That's just a solid game. Oh, I beat Kirby. That's what it was.
I was going to say, I remember seeing something on your Twitter.
Yeah, Kirby and the Forgotten Land as well. So Cyberpunk is just, honestly, I really loved my time with it. I know it had all kinds of issues and still has some glitches and stuff like that. But overall, the story is one of my favorites I've experienced in video games. Kirby is just delightful. I mean, like the wide range of different like abilities you can use and how they evolve those and how they think outside the box to make you use those just kept feeling awesome. Like it felt like it was just a great game. And the way that the final world brings all of those skills kind of together is just great level design, great game design, top tier.
Did you do any of it co-op, or it was just you?
It was just me, so I didn't experience any co-op. I can't speak on that. And I'm currently playing Tunic, which is adorable and very charming. However, it is just frustratingly difficult at sometimes. And not like 10 minutes ago, I was playing one of the boss fights against the librarian, and the game just kicked me to the Xbox home screen. And I was just like, you know what? I'm done for now.
I just saw your tweet about that, and that is gotta be frustrating because the librarian is tough.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I got it down to maybe like 2/3, like almost to halfway. And then it was just like, nope, you're done.
God, that sucks. That really sucks.
Oh, well.
Or even harder boss fights, though.
Oh, yeah, I know. The boss fights in that game are no joke.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The last two bosses are really hard.
Okay.
Extremely hard.
How many bosses have you beaten it, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I beat
How many bosses do I have left? If I'm at the library.
At the librarian.
Which is the second of 3 keys you need to get to...
Yeah, I think you have 2 left.
Okay.
There might be like a mini boss. I can't remember. I think you...
Well, all the characters are kind of mini bosses the first time you
That's true.
face them,
That's
and then
true.
they're just like, here's 7 of them.
Yep.
Game sounds fun.
It is
There's
fun.
definitely-
It's just frustrating.
Yeah.
I will say one thing I have done a couple times already is it has this mode where you can just basically not take any damage. And when I'm getting just irate about the difficulty, I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to do it, push through. I want to experience more of the game.
Does it disable trophies at that point or achievements if you do that?
You know, that's a good question. I've still been getting achievements, I guess, but if I keep being frustrated by the librarian, I might do it for this boss, and I can get back to you guys with that.
It reminded me of Hades, right? Where it doesn't, you can swap God mode on and off, right?
Right.
And it doesn't really punish you for doing so. So, because there's so much content to see and hear from the different characters, like at a certain point, once I beat the game like 10 times with Hades, is what you have to do. I just didn't want to deal with the level of difficulty for some of them, so I turned it on so I could see more of the dialogue. So,
yeah, and I know a lot of people don't like turning off or making it easier or whatever.
It's a pride thing. Like
normalize easy mode,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
Like if you're having fun, why should someone come in and try to stop that?
Agreed. But then
exactly.
I am playing 120 hours of Elden Ring with no difficulty settings.
You know, fair enough.
Matt, I hope you like environmental puzzles, Matt, because
I have been enjoying that part of the game. There's once or twice where I'm just like, where the hell am I supposed to go here?
Yeah.
And usually within like 5 minutes, I can figure it out.
Yeah, well, get ready, because if you want the true ending, you're gonna have to do some shit that's just like so obtuse. But
of course I am. I will say the game is a little bit obtuse.
Yeah,
but
you just really gotta get used to the manual. That is all I will say.
Okay, yeah, and there are a couple things that I'm like, okay, I haven't encountered this door in the mountains that my character looks sad by, but I'm sure I'll see it eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, anyways, it's a good time.
So, Matt, how about you tell us about? Why don't you give us an answer to the question I had you prepare for? Well, actually, did I send you the question beforehand?
Yes, you did. You said I think it's what in the next year is your big goal or something along the lines of that?
What is your goal for 1 year from now? Whether it can be professional, personal, related to podcasting, games, whatever. Why don't you tell us about a goal you have in the next 365 days?
Okay. So my big goal, like gaming wise, for this calendar year, is I want to beat, like on average, 1 game a week. So 52 games in 2022. And I'm behind. I'm a couple weeks behind, but I have summer break and I'm a teacher, so I should be able to kind of plow through a handful at that point. And if I get ahead by 4 or 5 at that point, I think I can just ride on to the end of the year. I also want to play more
games you can beat.
Exactly.
Catch up like some Hannah Montanas or Corey in the Houses, like
exactly
that sort of thing. Yeah.
Well, and like some games, like I'll start and then I'm like, no, I'm not going to finish.
Hey, I'm pretty sure they have all the humongous entertainment games on Steam. You can go play those real quick.
See, and one of them that's going to put me back even further is I'm going to play Lego Star Wars this week because that's just the game I'm looking forward to the most.
Me too.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
And I feel like that'll take a while, but I'm okay with it.
No online co-op though in that game?
No online. Only couch.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
I like Kirby.
Well, yeah. I think more games should have the option for both for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that was your goal gaming wise. Got anything else? Or
honestly, my big other thing is that I do want to get more, I guess, social in the kind of podcasting sphere. Like I'll reach out here and there, and then I'm just not as, I guess, focused as I should be on like trying to reach out to guest on more things, have more people guest on my podcast, like do all kinds of stuff like that. So I think I want to get more social and just make some more connections over the next year or two. That's a very kind of broad goal. I don't know if
it's a
where I
good
want to
one.
go
you
with it.
got us.
But
Right.
yeah, exactly. I got you guys. You guys got me.
It's a good start.
And through us, you got like through other people, and also we had the nanobiologist at some point. So and through him,
Right.
you're just like one more step away from
You're like a
kind
half
of fighting
step.
themselves.
Right, exactly. But yeah, exactly. Those are kind of my big goals. Just kind of be more social, play more games, and that's just kind of the basics of it. Which that just leads to more happiness, I feel like, you know?
I've discovered that reaching out, even though it's like nerve-wracking, and I need to do more of, much like yourself, like I'll have efforts here and there, but a more focused thing, it also ends up being usually a positive experience. So more often than not, it'll be, oh, for sure, yeah, or they'll just, they'll say no, or I'm busy, or it's really all that ends up being. But it's never hurt to try to reach out to people. Like, it's never been a overall negative experience. It's just been like either no or yes, or like
exactly.
Or
and
what's
like
up
even
kind
the
of
no's, like you were saying, are just like, no, but I'm really sorry. Like, hey, maybe I can hook you up with these people. Like, they're always. It's never like, no, I hate you.
No, right. It's because
it's just because people are busy. People have stuff to do.
Yeah,
and that's always good, because there is a big sense of positivity and kind of community among kind of the video game podcast community, I guess.
Yeah.
Because all of us are just kind of rooting for each other to do our best.
For sure.
And that's awesome.
Sam and Steven, do you have a goal for the next year? Or can I buy you some more time?
Well, I just want to say, I think it's complete BS that we didn't get the questions ahead of time. That's really some bullshit right there. No, I don't know. I think my goal is to like first stream more. Which with Lego Star Wars, I think I'm gonna start streaming a lot more. And then also making like short form content.
And I do actually like the one that you are working on. So
which I did put a rough draft in the drive the other day. So I'm close to really making the first one.
Yeah,
and I have an idea for what the second one's going to be. So
I'm excited for people to see that, dude. Honestly, it was a good piece of content. So I hope I want to do more of that. Like,
yeah, and I want to build on it. So like the first episode's going to be it's going to be more of like a rough drafty feeling one, but then the next one hopefully will be better. Yeah.
Right there, Sam.
Slowly build it up.
My goal is to do a skit and put it on the channel, because like ever since I was a kid, I've done like stupid comedy stuff on video. Because I grew up watching like Smosh and Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter, and all that stuff. So hopefully one day soon I can do that, and that'll be very possible once school is over. Once exams are over, then I have all the time to do stuff.
I'm excited.
So I can't wait for that,
dude. I don't know. I guess piggybacking off of that, just a more concentrated effort on like the shorter form content too. It's one thing, like, and it's easy to do too. I feel like with something like TikTok, you can just upload something like 15 seconds and it could be funny, and you never know, right? Like, you never know what could happen with it. So that's been really cool to see and look into, and the YouTube shorts have been really nice to see.
It wouldn't be an episode of X to Interact without some technical issues. Back to the show.
Nice.
Views, likes? Is that how they measure it, Steven?
Views.
Views. Okay.
Yeah, it's views. I think it's views. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
definitely something we should be pouring more effort into.
Yeah, I think so as well. I don't know. That, and I feel like on a personal level, just getting back into music creation more, I think is really what I want to do. I recently picked up my guitar again after like way too long. And I needed to practice more than I had. So, yeah, I don't know, and maybe just collaborating in a musical way too, because OMGesus does music as well. We are working, I guess one for like maybe like a preview of what's coming up. We're gonna do like PAX stuff, which is gonna be kind of cool. So I hope that PAX East goes well, and I don't know. I'm really looking forward to seeing like things out of that we can make too. So um other than that, I want to maybe start writing more, but that's TBD amongst all the other things that are going on, right? So
All right. So thank you for coming to join us, Matt, for taking the time to celebrate our 1 year with us.
Yeah,
We
of
very
course.
much appreciate it.
Congratulations on 1 year. Yeah, I'm
Here's to another
always
year.
supporting you guys for sure.
thank you, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe. Oh, the
You
signal's
guys,
cutting
yeah, I'll
out.
see you guys later.
Oh gosh. Oh, man. Finally fixed the bug, guys. Sorry about that. I think that's all good now. The firewall's up and strong. So
All right, we patched it up, Sam. No more security intrusions from here on out.
Okay. I still like barely understand what's happening this episode, so
you'll have to watch the
this
VOD.
is gonna be a fun one to listen to.
Yeah.
And see how much of what I'm saying has actually like come across.
Right.
So
We hear you loud and clear. Don't
and
worry.
how much I've not heard.
So I think that about wraps it up for this episode. Before we go, just want to give a shout out to Eric, who is not here. He's been super busy, not just with like moving stuff, because he is moving, but yeah, he does a lot of planning. He has all these ideas, and he's doing so much like technical stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a real trooper, and yeah, none of this would be possible without his efforts. So thank you, Eric, wherever you are. Hope you're having a good time, whatever you're doing.
Boston, New York.
And with that, I believe we can wrap things up. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank you two, Stephen and Sam, for doing this podcast with me and for the past year. It's been a great time, a great experience, and can't wait to do even more.
Here's to 50 more episodes at least. So
At least.
Cheers.
cheers.
And we'll cut off at 100.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, that's it.
So, make sure to follow us on Twitter at XInteract. Follow our podcast feed on all the appropriate podcast services where we upload our new episode every Tuesday. Follow us on TikTok where we upload our YouTube shorts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can catch our recorded podcast every Tuesday. But until then, I've been your host Gav, and with me is Steven and Sam. Goodbye.
Bye.